1, 2, 3. Beer, beer, beer.
All right. So, cheers. Damian DeBuiser here at the Brew Happy Show. And I'm here with Ray from the kitchen. How you doing, Ray?
Doing great.
Now, I understand you're the director of beer here.
Beer director, yeah.
Right on. So that's got to be a really fun job.
It is. It's been, I started the beer program back in '06, shortly after I started working for the kitchen.
Okay.
And we started with a beer list of around 12 to 15, and it had a couple macros splashed in there, some craft beer, and so when I had that opportunity, it was like a dream come true. It was like, I get to pick beer for the restaurant? Like, really?
That's awesome.
No one's telling me what to do here? And with support from the founders, we had anywhere from, we started with about 15 and went up to about 35, and before you knew it, we probably had about 100 beers in the restaurant that go in and out of the list. We do a lot of cellaring. We've been aging a lot of beers over the last few years, and so yeah, it's definitely a lot of fun.
Excellent. What got you interested in beer?
I think my taste for beer happened before I was legally allowed to drink it.
As happens in our world.
The story is my uncle, who's a major deadhead, he was taking me to one of my first dead shows. It was at Madison Square Garden in 1990, and he took me to an Irish pub.
Oh, excellent.
And I had my first Guinness.
Yeah, right on.
If I was even able to find beer at that time, it was, Busch Light, Keystone.
Miller.
So to be like drinking this black beer, I was like, wow. That was like the light bulb for me. And when I was finally allowed to drink, and every opportunity I had to try something different, I took. And it was just always this really appreciation for beer. I think what kind of took it to the next level was studying wine.
Okay.
I was becoming certified to become a sommelier, and I think being able to analyze a glass of wine, taste it, smell it, really kind of dive into the glass allowed me to then do the same with beer. And then started incorporating it into food, and I think it was the education piece that really kind of stuck with me.
Yeah, I would have to agree, and I think it's important to point out that wine in itself is its own kind of brew that makes a lot of people happy. Pretty much the same thing occurs at the beginning of the brewing process that occurs in brewing wine. So we use a lot of the same equipment, a lot of the same steps. There are a couple of things that are a little bit different, but relatively, wine is a brew too, and definitely worth mentioning.
Yeah.
So what can you tell me about this event here with Oscar Blues and the Golden Road Brewing out in California?
The restaurant has a great relationship with Oscar Blues, has had a great relationship with Oscar Blues, and I'm friends with Dave Chichera, who's the head brewer. He's around here somewhere, and so we're always bouncing ideas off of each other, and we're fortunate enough to have access to a lot of their one-off keg specialty beers, and they'll send a sixtel down to something really rare, something that's been in a oak barrel for a year or two. So that's been such a great relationship for us, and as we were approaching GABF, I knew that there was going to be events, and the kitchen is relatively new to this area of Denver.
Yeah, I heard you guys just opened up.
Yeah, we just opened in March, so just a little over 6 months, and I don't want to say cautious, but we were definitely not really understanding how crazy this week is down here, and so we wanted to put our best foot forward, and we're on create an event that we wouldn't be able to be excited about. But
yeah.
Dave and I started discussing it, and Meg got into the conversation, and before you knew it, we decided, let's make it really casual. Let's do it in the afternoon, meet and greet, have some really cool beers on, and that was the idea.
Yeah, beer in the afternoon is about as casual as you can get, huh?
Yeah.
Right on.
And it being, this event literally ends at 5 o'clock, and that's when the GABF starts. So it's like, it's a great pregame for anybody that's about to go attend the festival.
I agree. Yeah. Awesome. Oh, there we have the owner of Golden Road Brewing. audience what you do.
My name is Tony Yano. I am one of the owners and co-founders of Golden Road Brewing in Los Angeles.
Excellent. And what can you tell us about Golden Road that really stands out for you?
That really stands out for me, the work, man. It's a lot of work running a brewery.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's a lot of fun. We're really excited just to be part of the LA beer community, and we're kind of one of the newer entrants into that community, but we're been very well received so far, so we're pretty grateful about that.
Yeah. Now I know there's only a few breweries in LA, in the LA area, and you guys are definitely one of the more popular ones. What can you tell me that distinguishes you guys versus some of the other ones in your neighborhood?
I think everybody in LA is really focused on quality and small batch beers, and as are we. And one thing that we've really been trying to do that we haven't seen a lot of from the other breweries is getting our beer into the broader market.
Yeah.
So we were the first brewery in LA to can or even bottle beer for that matter.
Wow.
So and our goal from the very beginning was we wanted to be able to go into a grocery store and buy a good local craft beer, which was not possible before we started, and is now possible.
That's my goal too. Right on. What's your favorite brew that you guys have brewed so far?
I drink a lot of Point the Way IPA. A lot of it. More than I probably ought to. It's exactly the beer I want to drink, though. It's hoppy. It's got a little fruit characteristic to it. It's refreshing. It's low enough ABV that you can drink a few of them.
Excellent.
And I tend to drink a lot. I mean, I like all the beers we make, and there are some that I get in little brews with, but I drink a lot of Point the Way.
Awesome. And would you say that's your flagship beer?
It's one of our flagships for sure. We looked at it like it is right now. We looked at it as is there a way to get all the things that you get out of a West Coast IPA without having to be in the 7.5% range? And because those are the things I want. Those are the things I think a lot of people in LA, a lot of people everywhere want, which is get all the goodness out of it, but actually be able to have more than one.
Yeah, definitely.
And so, I mean, that beer put us on the map, so to speak, in Los Angeles, and our Hefeweizen was right there with it, and they've kind of been neck and neck, kind of dueling for whatever's our top seller.
Wow, right on. Well, thank you very much. I've definitely been enjoying your burning bush that John was telling me about earlier, and I'm looking forward to getting this in Portland. Can you tell me when our audience in Portland might be able to enjoy this?
It's never coming to Portland, I'm afraid. No. We have no plans, desire, or otherwise to have our beer leave California.
Oh, Obama!
But we believe in local beer, and we also believe in being able to control the beer and being able to make sure that it's where we want it to be. And California's pretty big, and we're a pretty small brewery right now,
Yeah.
so we're 100% focused on that. And I know a lot of people say, well, we just want to stay small. We don't want to stay small. We want to be big, but we want to be big in California.
Right on.
And California's pretty big as it is.
So anytime somebody comes to California, especially in the LA area, they should definitely give you guys a try.
We love it. We have a pretty fun brew pub. We have a production brewery with a pub attached. It's not a brew pub, and it's very easy to get to. It's right near the Interstate 5 and Highway 134. So you just all come.
Yeah, right on. Well, thank you very much. I definitely will be visiting you guys when I'm in LA.
Thank you.
And I think Los Angeles is pretty lucky to have their own exclusive brewery like you guys, Golden Road Brewing.
Yeah, cheers.
Cheers. God, that is good. Thank you.
What was the idea behind this beer? Like just stylistic.
Well, I bet John didn't tell you this, but basically what happened, we were about to open. We were about to have our big grand opening, and we were in Germany buying our second system. Like we opened with a small system, knowing that we wanted a bigger system, but we went to Germany and we were drinking Hefeweizen, and that's really been the motivator behind the Hefeweizen that we make. And while we were driving around, we were talking about when we open, we need to have more than just these 2 or 3 beers that we were making. We got to make a few kind of wow beers, and we had all these great ideas. Some of them we made, some we didn't. And one day I was sitting at the tasting table where all the brewers meet every day to taste everything, and Meg handed me this beer, and I was just kind of focused on something else. I kind of drank. I was like, "What the hell is that?" You know? And I was like, point the way. That's usually what she does.
Right.
And she said, John made a Roush IPA. And I was like, really? And anyway, as I've said to a lot of people today who have asked me about this, if he had told me before he made it that that's what he was going to make, I would be like, no, we're not making a Roush IPA.
But you're pleasantly surprised.
It was so good, and then it was so well received. We sold out in just like 2 or 3 days, so it was like completely sold out.
Wow.
And we didn't make a lot of it, but he didn't make a lot of it because first of all, he didn't know how well it would be received, and he didn't know how good it would turn out. Because usually we make a beer a couple times before it's ready for production. This was the first time, hit the nail on the head. Everybody went crazy for it. And then actually, so we decided we're going to make it once a year. It'll be our seasonal kind of fall beer, which is, end of summer fire season in LA and everything. And it's a funny kind of, like an interesting kind of beer because no one had ever done it before. And it's rare to have a beer that no one's done before that isn't, like I read about a beer today that's a bison testicle beer or something like that.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Weird. Like, to me,
people throw weird stuff in beer.
It might be delicious. Who knows? I don't know.
It still winds up being delicious half the time. I don't know.
Yeah, it wouldn't be. It's not something that would attract me per se, but whatever.
I don't think they put that one on the bottle.
Yeah. But this is like kind of two really well-known styles that are put together, and it's like a hybrid of two different beers that I think is really well executed. And this year, I think it's significantly better than last year. I thought last year was really good, but just how delicately the two flavor sets play with each other is really amazing to me.
Nice.
It's fun to see people drinking out of a can because today's the first time we've ever served in a can.
Oh wow, really?
Anywhere, in California, anywhere. We release it here, and then 15 minutes later, we release it at our pub in LA.
That's insane, man.
Thanks for
Yeah, well, Tony, I'm totally stoked.